Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this lace fan bonnet. This is a size 0 to 3 months, and I'll also be showing you how to do one size bigger, which is 3 to 6 months. So if you are new to this channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. To start off, I'm going to be using this yarn. This is from Hobby Lobby, Baby Bee, Sweet Delight style, and the color is Sandcastle. So with this, it says to use a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook, but I'm going to be using a 4 millimeter hook just because I want my stitches closer together, not as loose. Now to start off, I'm going to find the center of this ball of yarn. So I'm just gonna pull out a big chunk from the center. Oh, this looks like it's gonna get messy. I'm going to be making a magic circle. So I wrap it around like this. Take my crochet hook. Let me try to do this slowly. Go underneath this one, so this goes around, over, pick it up, and slip stitch like that, and tighten it. Now we have a little circle that can move around. Now I'm going to chain 2. 1, 2. Every time we do a chain 2, we do not count this as our stitch. So this is just to build up. Now we're going to make 10 double crochets into the center of this magic ring. So yarn over, 2 loops, go into the center of the circle, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And if you look, we have 1, 2 double crochets. This one, like I said, does not count as a stitch. So we're gonna keep going till we have 10. Okay, I have 9, and I'm going to make my last double crochet like that. Now what we're gonna do is this loose end tail that we have, pull it all the way tight to close this off. And we're going to slip stitch into this very first stitch, skipping these chain 2. So that, yarn over, pull through. That's a slip stitch. Now we're going to chain 2. Again, this does not count as a stitch. Now we're going to be doing an increase, so 2 double crochets in each one. So I have 1 double crochet and 2 double crochets. And now I move on to the next one. Now I'm going to be working into each stitch. So since we're doing 2 double crochets in each stitch, previously we had, in the previous row we had 10 stitches. In the second row we're going to end up with 20. So I will meet you back at the end. Okay, I have finished row 2 and I have 20 double crochets. Now I'm going to slip stitch it. So chain 1, chain 2, we skip and into this very first stitch. So do not yarn over like I just did. Pull the yarn and slip stitch. Now, just like previously, chain 2 to start the row, and this time we're doing 1 double crochet and 2 double crochets into the next one. and then 1 double crochet, and then 2 into the next. So if you look, here's 1 double crochet, 2, 1, 2, and you keep going all the way around to the very end, and you will end up with 30 stitches. Okay, so I've gotten to my very last stitch. If you did this right, you should be doing 2 double crochets into that very last stitch. 1 and 2. Now skip the chain 2 and slip stitch into the very first stitch. Okay, we have finished off row 3, 1, 2, 3, and onto row 4. So chain 2, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet into the next, and then an increase. So 2 double crochets into the third stitch. And that's how the pattern repeats. 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets. And you go like that all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the end. Now into the very last stitch of this row, I'm doing 2 double crochets, and then a slip stitch. We have finished row 4 with 40 stitches. Chain 2 to start row 5, and into that same stitch, 1 double crochet, next stitch, 1 double crochet, next stitch, 1 double crochet, and then the next stitch, 2 double crochets. So for this row, we are doing 1, 2, 3, 1 double crochets into each stitch, and then we are doing a 2 double crochet all the way around. Okay, I am finishing off this row with 2 double crochets into the very last stitch, like that. Now slip stitch, and for row 5 we have 50 stitches. Chain 2 and start off row 6. We are going to do 1 double crochet into the next 4 stitches. 2, 3, and 4. Now into the 5th stitch, we are going to do 2 double crochets into that same stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 double crochets, and you will repeat that all the way around. I'll meet you back at the end. I'm working 2 double crochets into this very last stitch of the 5th row. 1, 2, skip and slip stitch to the top of the first stitch. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows, and the 6th row, it has 60 stitches. Now for row 7, chain 2 and work 1 double crochet into each stitch, so no increases, just all the way around with 1 in each stitch, and I will meet you back at the end. Okay, now I'm working 1 double crochet into the very last stitch of this row. Now slip stitch. So I have finished row 7 with 60 stitches because we did not increase. And this is the end of the back of the head part. So this part, next we're gonna start this part. But before we do that, let me measure how big this is for you guys to have a reference. And it should not be a flat circle. It should have like a little dome shape to it. So let me see. This is about 5.5 inches and almost 14 centimeters. Let me see. Yeah, 5.5 and 14 centimeters. But again, this is pretty stretchy. So we have a slip stitch here. Now we're going to chain 1. And to start off this row, we're going to single crochet into this first stitch, like that. Skip 4 stitches, and into the 5th one, we're going to work 9 treble stitches. So a treble crochet is yarning over 2 times. So you have 3 loops on the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, skip, and 5th one, yarn over, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and here you have 1 treble. So you want to do 9 trebles into this same stitch. So I have 2, 3, so a treble is yarning over twice. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Let's go back and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I have 9 treble crochet stitches into the same stitch. Now I'm going to skip 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Into this 5th one, I'm going to single crochet. Now yarn over twice, skip 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the 5th one, 9 treble crochet stitches. And then you will skip 4 and single crochet into the 5th one, and you keep doing that, keep repeating it all the way around, and I'll meet you back towards the end. Okay, so I'm working my very last treble crochet stitch, the 9th one, and now I am left with 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches. So this is where it's a little bit different. Instead of skipping 4 stitches like usual, this time we're going to skip 3 and work a single crochet into the 4th one. Just like that. And we are done with row 8. If you go back and count, you should have 6 fans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now to start the next row, we are going to chain 4, 2, 3, 4, and turn our work. So we're going to work a treble crochet into this single crochet from the previous row. Just like that. And now we're going to chain 3, and skip 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the 5th one work a single crochet, so the very center top of the fan. And now chain 3 again, then skip 4, or if instead of counting, just look for the single crochet from the previous row and work 2 triple crochets, and it will give it like this V-stitch look, like that. Now chain 3 again, skip 4 and into the 5th one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a single crochet, chain 3, and to this single crochet or skip 4, work 2 treble crochets, and you keep doing that, repeating it all the way to the end, and I will meet you back at the end. Okay, so now I'm at the end of the row. I have chained 3, and I'm gonna work my last 2 treble crochets. You want to work them in into the very last single crochet from the previous row. So might be a little hard to see, but so we're going to do 1 treble crochet and into the same stitch a second treble crochet. Now that we have done that, we have finished row 9. So to start row 10, we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. Okay, now we're going to do right into this V, into the center, a single crochet. And now we're skipping this chain 3 and into the very top of this previous one where we did the single crochet from the previous row. We're going to do 9 double crochets. Okay, I am working my 9th treble crochet, and now I'm skipping this chain 3 and into this V like stitch I'm going to single crochet, skip the chain, and into the very top single crochet of the previous row work 9 treble crochets. So your fans should line up. If they're not lining up, then something's wrong. So you just keep repeating that all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end. Now I'm working my last 9th treble crochet. Now into this very last V, I'm going to do a single crochet. Then I'm going to chain 4, turn my work, And for row 11, this is a repeat. I'm going to do a treble crochet into the first single crochet from the previous row, chain 3, skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, into the 5th one, single crochet, chain 3, skip 4, and 2 double crochets to the 5th one, and you keep going around. Okay, I'm ending off this row. I have chain 3, and now I'm gonna do a treble crochet. So you want to look carefully where to do it. Here is the previous V-stitch, and then here is a single crochet. You want to do it into that single crochet, 2 trebles. And then my second one. Now for the next row, which is row 12, I'm going to chain 1, turn around, and work a single crochet into that V-stitch. And then 9 treble crochets into this single crochet, skipping the chain. And you do this all the way around, just like we've been doing. Okay, so where we left off, we were doing row 12. I went ahead and did row 13 and then row 14. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of these fans. And you end with the fans, not with a V-stitch. So basically, after row 9 and 10, you just keep repeating those 2 rows. Now I'm going to measure this part, and it is at the very tip of the fan, 3.5 inches and 9 centimeters. Now we have finished the half part, and now we're going to make the ties. So over here I worked my very last single crochet, and now I did 1 chain. Now we're gonna chain 30. Okay, I have chained 30. Now skipping this very first loop from the hook, yarn over and go into the second one, and we're going to do half double crochet. So yarn over into the loop, yarn over, pull through, you have 3 loops, yarn over and pull through all 3, and you go all the way down this chain doing a half double crochet. Okay, so I went and did a half double crochet stitch all the way down, and now over here where we did our single crochet, I'm going to do another single crochet like that. Now we're going to chain 3, skip this line, this is the chain from the previous row, and into this little hole over here, which was a single crochet, we're going to do a single crochet. Now chain 3, skip this, and into here, single crochet, chain 3, skip to here, single crochet, and then as you can see over here, we're going to do single crochet and then another one right into here. Now back to the other side, this little hole, single crochet, chain 3, skip this into here, single crochet, chain 3, skip, single crochet, chain 3, skip, and then the very top, single crochet. Now we're going to chain 31. I have chained 31. Now I'm going to skip the first loop from the hook and into the second one. I'm going to do half double crochet all the way down this chain, just like we did previously. Okay, so I did a half double all the way down, and we're here. Now into this very same hole where we did our beginning chain, we are going to do a slip stitch and then yarn over. Now we're going to cut the yarn and leave a little bit of a tail. Now just pull this out and pull it tight. And that is the finished hat. We have one tail here and inside one. Now we're going to weave this in. So I'm taking my needle, the biggest needle I have to make this easier, and right into the center of this, I'm just gonna weave it in a couple times, randomly. Like that. Now I can snip off the end. And now our last tail, take our needle, and flip it towards the back, the inside, and going to work this into the string part where you tie it into the inside of it. I'm gonna go down a couple stitches, then up a couple stitches, and snip it off. Like that. And now we have the finished bonnet. This is for a size 0 to 3. So this is like a newborn / 0 to 3 month old size. Okay, now I'm gonna show you guys how to do one size bigger. For this, I'm gonna be using a different color of yarn. It's still the same style, Sweet Delight. Just the color is flannel marl. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows done already because in our previous hat, I showed you step by step how to do that. So if you need to reference back, you can just go back and look at that. So over here, I'm on row 6, and I'm going to slip stitch, chain 2. Now usually we would go around and do a row of 1 double crochet in each row, but we're going to increase 1 more row. So for this, we're going to do 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, so for row 7 we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1 double crochets in each stitch, and then on the 6th one we're going to do 2 double crochets into that stitch, and then again 1 double crochets in each stitch, and then 2 double crochets, and I'll meet you back at the end. Now into this very last stitch of this row I'm going to work 2 double crochets, and then I'm going to slip stitch. So this is the end of row 7, and you should have 70 stitches. Chain 2, and now we're going to go all the way around with 1 double crochet into each stitch. I am at the end of row 8, and I'm working my last double crochet into the last stitch. Now I'm going to slip stitch, and we should have 70 stitches for row 8. Now for a size reference, I'm going to measure. This is about 6 inches and a little more than 15 centimeters. So now we have finished the back of the head, and we're going to work on the design. I'm not going to be going as in depth this time around because you can look back at the previous video to see a more slower version. So we're going to chain 1 single crochet into the first stitch and skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 9 not double but treble crochets into the 5th stitch. And you keep doing that all the way around. Okay, I have worked my last fan of 9 treble crochets, and now we're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th one we're going to single crochet. So for this row, row 9, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fans. In the size that we did one smaller, we had 6. So everything else is pretty much the same as the previous hat. You chain 4 for the next row, and you build your foundation. So if you need a more slower version that explains better, look at the beginning of the video where I did this hat. Because for this one, the main point of this hat is to do a bigger size, so I will be going faster this time. Okay, so I went and I finished off the hat off camera, and here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of these fans, and you should end up with 17 rows. This should be your 17th row. And now we're gonna do the laces and go back around. So in the previous hat we did chain 30, and this time, since it's a bigger hat, I'm going to chain 35. And like I said, I'm not going to be showing everything in depth because you can reference back to the first bonnet that I did. It's the same technique. Okay, so I'm finishing off this hat. Just like this. And got the 2 laces all done. Now, let me see how big it is. Okay, so from the very beginning of the fan to the very last one, it is almost 4.5 inches and about 11 centimeters. So now the last thing that I need to do is I need to weave in the 2 ends, which I'm going to do off camera. Okay, so that is the end of this bonnet, and this is a 3 to 6 month size. Okay guys, so this is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like, and I will be back with more videos. Bye!